Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The Manny Wilson podcast.
The best sports podcast there.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, you like, you dislike, go ahead, shoot us a quick take, 219-413-9405. And of course, we will play your take back on our next episode. And shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code The Run Podcast. Now, this code can only be applied for first-time users on the mobile app or website. So I'm not sure about you, but I'm gonna definitely create me an account and go to some of these concerts as well, because it's not just sports. Some concerts out there that I'm gonna go to. So create that account and then use that promo code. Save me $20 on the fees or whatever you gotta cover up. So anyway, look, man, hey, WNBA is in the topics today because there's been a lot of debate about the Rookie of the Year. Now, we've seen some great play from both of the rookies that has been mainly in the talks between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. These are the two who are kind of taking over the whole Rookie of the Year debate. And I got to let you know, above all, both of these two are making history. They're making a lot of history right now, and I'm very proud that they're doing that because the argument can genuinely go either way of Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year. Now, before I tell you who is the winner and who should win, just hear something. Angel Reese, she's the only player in the WNBA to ever grab 20-plus rebounds in 3 consecutive games. Probably going to make that 4 in tomorrow's game. I don't think they play tonight, but probably going to make that 4 very soon. And even more, since it's never happened in the WNBA. The last person in the NBA to do this was a Detroit Piston, Ben Wallace, back in 2003. So very elite company there. Then a couple months ago, Caitlin Clark, she broke the record for the most assists in a single game and also the most assists by a rookie in WNBA history. So she's been killing it. And, I think it's easy to say. So now you get to hear my pick. And it's easy, man. For me, the Rookie of the Year is easily Caitlin Clark. And I say this because although it's a valid argument that Angel Reese is the Rookie of the Year, Caitlin Clark is 1,000% the Rookie of the Year because she's over 60% of her points have all been unassisted buckets. And she's leading her team in points, assists, and in steals. And she's also third in rebounding on her team right now. So she's literally doing everything in every aspect of the game, controlling the offense as well. But based on the eye test and also what the numbers are telling us, it's hard to ignore this type of impact from a rookie. Because we haven't really seen things like this besides a few WNBA legends who are not in the game anymore. We haven't seen a rookie impact a game like this in their first year of basketball for a team. So you got to give her Rookie of the Year here. And of course, man, like the way she's running the offense and conducting the offense, that's a lot of pressure on a rookie. We made fun of her early on in the year because she had some adjustment struggles, which happens. But a lot of people was grilling her about it because it's like, oh, I told you she was going to be bad. I told you she wasn't going to. And it's like, okay, I mean, it's the first few games, first half of the season. Of course, she's going to struggle. But now she done picked it up. And a lot of those haters is quiet about it. They're silent about it because they seeing her get the routine. And that's just a lot of pressure for a rookie to have to control the entire offense of a game because Angel Reese on her part, very great at what she's doing. And dominating on the boards and also on the defensive end, but she doesn't have the same responsibilities as Caitlin Clark when you talk about what she's doing and how she's impacting the team. Because I think it's safe to say Chicago Sky wouldn't be where they are right now if they didn't have Angel Reese, especially her on the defensive end and what she can do on the offensive glass and on the defensive glass. That's very safe to say. But above all, nobody's asking Angel Reese to run the offense to perfection. Nobody's asking her to score 20-something points a night or score 17 points a night in order for them to win. They have other players to do that. So she just has to play her one role, much how Caitlin Clark has to play her role, but Caitlin Clark has a bigger job to handle on the Indiana Fever because she has to control the offense. She has to score. And obviously she's grabbing rebounds. She's playing defense. And she's also finding her teammates because she's leading the team in assists as well. So it's just a lot more on her plate than what Angel Reese has right now, whereas she only got to grab boards and play defense. Because you got Kennedy Carter on the Chicago Sky, who's helping out Angel Reese in terms of the scoring end. And even then, if you want to look even closer, Camila Cardoso, because she came back, she can also help Angel Reese in terms of grabbing boards and playing defense and protecting the paint. So, it's a lot of different factors here, but above all, I'm going Caitlin Clark for the Rookie of the Year without a doubt. As far as the team standings, both of these teams are not really in perfect shape. They're still kind of struggling, but I'm just glad that they're in the running for, a good matchup in the playoffs because, people compare and they compare the teams and they're saying, oh, she's got to do this, she's got to do this, whatever. These are two different positions and they have two different teams, like two different styles of play on each of these teams. So you got to consider that. And I'm just a firm believer, whether you agree, you're talking trash, before you talk any trash, definitely turn on the game and look at the game because far too often I feel like we're in the highlight culture of, hey, I seen what Caitlin Clark did. She did this. She dropped this many points and all that. And we're not seeing how these points actually were accumulated. So I'm just saying, man, you got to tune into the game, watch the game because there's some critiques here too. I'm not going to get into the critiques. Not this episode, maybe down the line, but there's a lot of critiques I could get into on Angel Reese's part. I could get into Caitlin Clark, but I'm not going to do that. Anyway, look, man, Indiana Fever is actually playing right now. They're playing the Atlanta Dream. I don't have the score for you because the game just started a little bit ago. So go ahead and check that out. You can check out the score, see who won that game. But I think Indiana Fever is going to win. They've won 4 of their last 6 games. So, they've been on a roll. So happy for them.